Marquette is nearly a 7-hour drive north of Detroit and a 3-hour drive north of Green Bay, Wisconsin. To say that Marquette is in an isolated region is a vast understatement. At 21,000 people, Marquette is the largest city in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. It's in a region surrounded by the beautiful Lake Superior and pine forests. The natural beauty of the region makes Marquette enjoyable to some. However, the isolation factor and the brutal winters make Marquette a polarizing place, no pun intended, when it comes to the opinion on living here year-round. Well, let's get to it, shall we? Marquette is surrounded by a handful of small communities, and we begin the video in one of them. Harvey is home to 1,300 people. Even though Marquette City is home to only 21,000 residents, Marquette County as a whole is home to 66,000 residents. The region's isolation factor has made it tough for the economy to grow. The county's population peaked at 74,000 in 1980 after dipping to as low as 64,000 in the 2000 year census. The county saw the population grow to 67,000 in 2010 before seeing a slight estimated population loss for the upcoming 2020 census count. Make sure to drop a like for that amazing insight. Ever wonder why there are so many Pure Michigan advertisements for tourists to come visit the state? This is why. The camera doesn't do the view much justice. Lake Superior is by far and away the least polluted of all of the Great Lakes and has the cleanest water. The average underwater visibility of Lake Superior is 27 feet, and in some spots you can see as far down as 30 meters, which is equivalent to nearly 100 feet. As Marquette is the biggest city in the Upper Peninsula, it serves as a hub for hotels, as many of the best sites along Lake Superior and other things to go do and see in the Upper Peninsula are not near any decent-sized town. To illustrate how isolated Marquette truly is, the closest town with at least 7,000 residents west of Marquette is Houghton, which is 100 miles away and a 2-hour drive. South, it's Escanaba, which is nearly 70 miles and a 1-hour and 15-minute drive. Heading east, it's Sault Ste. Marie, which is 165 miles and a 2-hour and 45-minute drive. Better make sure that your gas tank is at least half full after you leave any town that you cross heading up this way. And now we're starting to get into the original bones of the town of Marquette. Marquette has seen its population fluctuate between 23,000 and 19,000 ever since 1980. And as I mentioned in the beginning, Marquette is home to 21,000 residents today. The economy originally was dependent on the mining of iron ore, which the Upper Peninsula has an abundance of that mineral. Over time, the value of iron ore has diminished quite a bit, which has had devastating impacts on the region. Today, the region is trying to grow into the high-tech industry. Earlier in June of this year, it was announced that a spaceport launch site will be built just north of Marquette, and that a vehicle testing site will also be built. The spaceport is expected to be completed in the year 2025 and will create more than 2,000 jobs. This and other tech jobs that have created more high-paying jobs in the region has created hope for this isolated town, and it's all been possible because of Northern Michigan University, which we will get to later in the video. It also goes without saying that the tourism industry here plays a huge factor into the economy as well. The median household income in Marquette is $40,000 per year, and the poverty rate is 27%. Income numbers in college towns throughout the country, however, are often lower and are not necessarily a reflection of the economy of a region. 42% of adults living in Marquette have a bachelor's degree or higher, compared to the national rate of 33%. The median value of owner-occupied housing in the city is $178,000 compared to $200,000 nationally. The public schools here perform really well, and both the violent and property crime rates are well below average. Basically, if you're going to set up shop in Michigan's Upper Peninsula, Marquette is the place to be as it offers the best amenities. It's safe, and with the emergence of the upcoming tech scene, it could possibly have a bright future. The only negative on the city is the brutal winters, which is a factor in every northern U.S. state. Make sure to drop a like for that amazing insight. On the horizon is the waters of Lake Superior. This is Washington Avenue, which serves as Marquette's main street, but it looks even better when you're heading towards the lake, and we'll head that way shortly. Going back to Marquette's early days, Marquette was incorporated as a village in 1849 and as a city in 1871. After originally being founded by French fur trappers, it was the discovery of iron ore that developed this town. As mining took off, railroads linked the mines to Marquette, which served as the shipping hub of the Upper Peninsula. As you can see, downtown Marquette's storefronts are all being used as unique restaurants and shops. You can thank the abundance of tourist traffic for that. Below, you will see the Marquette Harbor. As Marquette is located in an extremely isolated region, it's one of the smallest cities in the U.S. to hold an international airport. The Sawyer International Airport hosts American Eagle and Delta Airlines and offers daily flights to Chicago, Detroit, and the Twin Cities. At least it did during the pre-pandemic times. But since the population here is so sparse, round-trip flights to Marquette from one of those cities will cost you around $200, which is pretty expensive when you factor in that you can make the drive in 7 hours. This road parallels Lake Superior for its entire length, but you won't always be able to see it behind the tree line. This is the Superior Dome, which was opened as the world's largest wooden dome on September 14, 1991. It's used for Northern Michigan's football team. It can withstand up to 60 pounds of snow per square feet and up to 80-mile-per-hour winds. As Marquette receives 155 inches of snow per year, having an indoor football facility has proven to be beneficial for the school. The first football game inside the dome was a 31-20 win over the University of Indianapolis. The facility has also been used for the college's marching band, conventions, and other community events. George Bush held a campaign rally in the dome during his 2004 presidential campaign. This is the main campus of Northern Michigan University, which has an enrollment of 6,700. The most notable alumni include the Winter X Games gold medalist snowboarder Nick Baumgardner, Robert Saleh, the current defensive coordinator for the Super Bowl runner-up San Francisco 49ers, Lloyd Carr, the former longtime football head coach of the Michigan Wolverines, Dallas Drake, who won a Stanley Cup with the Detroit Red Wings in 2008, Tom Izzo, the basketball head coach of the Michigan State Spartans, and Steve Mariucci, a former NFL head coach, and that's just a few of the several other names. If I didn't name your favorite Northern Michigan alumni, get over yourself, because I just named quite a few successful people. This is Marquette High School. The athletic teams go by the names of the Redmen and the Redettes. How often do you come across a high school with a sports team of snow skiing? Well, that's about it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe, as doing all of those things helps these videos out with the YouTube algorithm. Also, make sure to check out the playlists featured on my channel that might interest you. If you enjoyed this video, you might enjoy my Michigan playlist. Also, make sure that you hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time that I upload a new video of an area near you. We'll see you next time. Peace.